What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch-along. Arsenal against Aston Villa. I mean, you know what? I've only just recovered from that FA Cup semi-final, man. I was so happy for the next few days. Couldn't believe we won that game. I watched the highlights after, and I was like, wow, how did we win that, man? City just annihilated us, really. But, we done what we had to do, got through to the final. Obviously, the day after, all the Man United fans, their talking went quick. De Gea, throwing the ball into the net. He obviously didn't want to play the FA Cup final. And Chelsea battered them 3-0, man. I was surprised, I'll be honest. I was saying United would beat Chelsea, but, Solskjaer picked a dodgy team and they got what they deserve, really, man. Why would you pick a weaker team in an FA Cup semi-final? Anyway, forget about them. So we play Aston Villa tonight. They're in relegation trouble, but they're going to be fired up. I don't know whether you guys know. Obviously, Watford just lost 4-0 to Manchester City. So now that gives Aston Villa an amazing opportunity of staying up. Now, I'm looking at the table here, and Villa are level on goal difference with Watford, and they're 3 points behind them. But Villa play us tonight and then West Ham on the weekend, and Watford have one game left, and Watford's game is against us. So, Watford will be looking at it thinking they will probably lose to Arsenal, and Villa have got 2 games, really, to get 3 points. I think if Villa win one of their next 2 games, they will stay up. So Villa are going to be fired up for this, man. Grealish, a very good player, a player that I would actually look at if Aston Villa get relegated. I think he's a good player. He said before that the Emirates is his favourite ground to play at. It's an interesting team tonight, man. I'm sitting here trying to figure out the formation. I don't understand, but Martinez in goal. The defence is Holding, Luiz, Kolasinac and Cedric. Midfield is Ceballos, Torreira and Saka, with Nketiah, Aubameyang and Lacazette. I mean, do any of you lot know what formation that is? Because I have not got a clue. Nketiah, Aubameyang, Lacazette. I mean, is Nketiah playing on the right? Lacazette through the middle, Aubameyang on the left? Are they playing Aubameyang and Nketiah up front with Lacazette in the 10? I've got no idea what that formation is, man. I don't know how you fit 3 out-and-out strikers into the team. But, we've got some serious firepower on there, man. I mean, the teams are just coming out. 3 attackers. I'm not a big fan of Eddie, but I knew he would play. But I actually thought Eddie would play and maybe Lacazette or Aubameyang would get a rest. But, they're going with all 3 of them. Why are we playing 3 strikers up front? This is the question I'm asking, bro. Arteta must have something against Villa. Could be 2 strikers with Laka attacking mid. This is what I'm thinking. Is Laka playing 10 or Eddie must be on the right, as Timbuktu says here. 3-4-3, maybe Eddie on the right. Possibly. I mean, that's what I think it probably is. Old tight Curtis. Big up, man. Big up everyone in the chat. What a fantastic stream we had at the weekend, man. The Man City game was epic. Some brilliant comments. Hope Aubameyang scores a few for the Golden Boot. Yeah, I think he's 2 or 3 goals behind Vardy, but Leicester play Man United last game of the season. We've got Villa and Watford. I think Aubameyang can get a few goals, man. If we win tonight by 3 goals, we'll get Europa League place if Chelsea beat Wolves and we beat Watford. Wow. Yeah, because I believe you can still finish 7th and get in the Europa League because us or Chelsea will win the FA Cup. So if we were to lose the FA Cup, hopefully not, and Chelsea were to win it, because they would already have a Europa League or Champions League spot, Europa League would go down to 7th. So yeah, we need to score goals. And Nketiah might be on the wing. That's what I'm thinking. Nelson is injured. I honestly didn't know that. I mean, is Nelson... Yeah, you're right. Nelson's not on the bench. I mean, the bench is Macy, Bellerin, Tierney, Socrates, Maitland-Niles, Willock, Jacot, Smith and Pepe. I mean, it looks like Socrates is going because this guy can't get a kick. Same as Ozil, same as Guendouzi. Aubameyang could do with a couple today, definitely. He definitely got to score 2 and get close to Vardy. This will be tougher than it seems. I feel Aston Villa will come out swinging. They are fighting for their life while Arsenal is flying high from Man City and Liverpool victories. This will be a hard game. Make no mistake. Aston Villa are a big football club, a lot of history. They do not want to get relegated. We have to be clinical tonight. No room for sloppiness. You're right. Good morning from Malaysia, Curtis. Maybe we should play 4 at the back to have 1 extra in attack since it's Villa. But good to be safe. Would you rather win the FA Cup or finish top 4? I'd rather finish... well, top 4 gets you Champions League, so we got to go for that. But we're not going to get top 4 this season, obviously. But yeah, this season, let's get the FA Cup, man. Big up, Curtis. Big up, Money Green. Appreciate that. 100%. It's a tough game. Tough game tonight, 2-2. Let me know your score predictions. Hit me up in the comments. What's your predictions? I'm going 3-1 to Arsenal. I fancy us to win this. Good morning, Curtis from Singapore. Arteta play attacking football. He wants Aubameyang to score more goals. I hope so. I hope so. Have a soft spot for Villa as they was the first game I went to at Highbury. Yeah, personally, I like Aston Villa. I think they're a proper Premier League club. Big fan base. Stadium's big as well. Good history. It's a shame that they're struggling like this. I would have liked to have seen them stay up, but hey, we can't take sympathy in them. I mean, you look there, Grealish, 7 goals, 6 assists. Not bad for a team that is in the relegation zone. By the way, don't forget to hit the likes and turn off the ad blockers, everyone. Let's make Curtis rich enough to buy Arsenal. Hey, I don't argue with that, bro. Listen, I need, I think, 18 subscribers to get to 8,000. So it'd be nice to get to 8,000 tonight. So I'm looking for 18 of you to subscribe, man. Get me to that 8,000. And like and comment. 3-1 Aubameyang hat-trick. I would love that. 2-1 Arsenal. 4-0. I'll take that. 4-1 Arsenal. I'd take that as well. 2-0 Arsenal. Curtis, I'm telling you, Eddie is starting the final. He better not be. This is my worry, that Arteta loves Eddie so much because of the work rate. That's just about to kick off. Evening, Curtis. I'm confident today, so we will win. Hey, when Omar's confident, you know that things are going well. And he's going 2-0 Arsenal. We've just kicked off. Relegate Villa, get Grealish. I would take that. Personally, I think Grealish is a very good player. I would probably go for Coutinho ahead of him. But, yeah, I do like Grealish. Curtis, what did you make of Pep saying he has respect for Arsenal on the pitch, but not off it, 2-1 Arsenal? Well, Pep was moaning about the fact that apparently Arsenal were part of this petition against Man City to get them done by financial fair play. So, of course, Man City are not going to have any love lost for Arsenal when they think, we complained about them and tried to get them banned, basically. Chance here, Cedric. Players in the middle. Oh, it's a poor cross. It's a good chance as well. Let's go Arsenal. Yeah, man. Big up, Curtis. All good, mate. 2-0 Arsenal. I hope you're right, man. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's good in the comments. Feeling good after the weekend, man. I'm actually very confident. I don't know if that's dangerous or not. Curtis, if we get Coutinho, would be absolutely fire. People doubting at Liverpool he was class. The guy was a superstar at Liverpool. Brilliant player. And I actually think we can get him if we put the right offer on the table. Surely we got to try and pick the same team for the final as the semi minus injuries. That would be my my lineup probably. Maybe the odd change. Curtis, would you rest Aubameyang against Watford for the final? It depends. If he's still 3 goals behind Vardy, maybe we leave it alone. If he scores 1 or 2 tonight, then I think he's going to be desperate to play. I think Arteta will play him. Would you take Mings at Arsenal? Wouldn't be my first choice. I think there is better than him available. But he's decent. He's very strong, very tall, very powerful. So he would possibly be on a list, but he wouldn't be the first one. I'm trying to look at the formation. It looked... Lacazette's almost playing the false 9 like a Temral. This team is an unnecessary risk. Where is Macy, Papon, Mesut, Guendouzi? Why is Laka and Abra on the pitch? I think the problem you've got is that Arsenal can still get Europa League through their league position, and it's going to take goal difference and victories to get us into that position. So Arteta's not going to just let it go, because worst case scenario, and we do lose to Chelsea in the cup final, he wants to make sure he's done everything he can to get us in the Europa League through the league. So he's not going to play a weak team. Formation looks like 3-4-1-2 with Lacazette in the hole. That's what I was thinking. Aubameyang and Nketiah through the middle. So it's interesting. Very interesting that we've changed formation again. Obviously, Arteta likes flexibility. Do you think we'll try and sell Torreira? I think if clubs in Italy are willing to pay decent money for him, possibly. Let's face it, Torreira's had 6 good months at Arsenal in 2 seasons. The first 6 months he was very good, and apart from that, he hasn't been amazing. And there seems to be a lot of hype around him. Come on, Cedric. Bye. Throw in. Let me turn this down. Wouldn't be surprised if they upset us as we are too high on Spirit, Curtis. Would you take Decore instead of Partey? Now, since he might stay, who would you take among Decore, Samaria, and Højbjerg? I've always liked Decore. The only problem is he seems to be a bit more attacking now. Doesn't seem to be like the defensive player. Seems to be almost an attacking midfielder. So, yeah, I do like Decore, though. Thoughts on Coutinho, Guendouzi, possible swap? Listen, if Barcelona want to do that, bite their hand off and get that deal done. I mean, to me, it doesn't even sound right. Coutinho for Guendouzi is an unbelievable deal if that's true. I would love Coutinho at Arsenal. Big up Curtis, hope all good, mate. Yeah, good. Hope you're all well. If Chelsea lose tomorrow, then they will need to win against Wolves in the last game. Teams in front of us may lose and let us in. That's the thing, 1-1. Like, I wouldn't expect Chelsea to beat Liverpool tomorrow. I believe Liverpool are doing they're being presented with the trophy tomorrow. And I'm even hearing they're allowed family members to come into the stadium. Liverpool are not going to want to lose that game. I think they'll be favourites to beat Chelsea tomorrow, which would mean Chelsea need a victory last game of the season against Wolves. Victory against Wolves, victory here for us tonight and against Watford could get us in the top 7, gets us a Europa League place. Love, man. Hey, big up. Respect. If we get Coutinho, who would you drop for him? Me, personally, I want Ceballos and replace Xhaka for a defensive midfielder. I like Ceballos. I think, possibly agree with you. The problem you have with Xhaka is consistency, man. Just when he looks like he's getting it together, something seems to go crazy. He puts in a mad performance. Not to be negative, Curtis, but if Coutinho doesn't perform and we're stuck with his wages, it's another Ozil situation. The thing is, you know what? A lot of Arsenal fans are really negative about Coutinho. And I don't know why, because this is a guy that 2 years ago cost Barcelona £120 million. The highest ever transfer fee out of the Premier League. He's 27. He's just got like 8 goals, 7 assists at Bayern Munich. So clearly he can still perform. And he hasn't even been a regular in their team. And, to me, I think he's a very good player. I think he can do all sorts in the Prem. You can't want Coutinho and not want Mesut. Coutinho's way better than Mesut, man. Let's be real. And Mesut's 31, nearly 32. Coutinho's 27. Hit the like button, everyone. It helps the video to be seen by more people. Hey, big up 1-1, always supporting. As I say, we're 18 subscribers away from 8,000. So it'd be nice to hit that 8,000 mark by full time tonight. Hit the like button, share it. Keep getting your comments in. Oh, Grealish crossed it. We're under a bit of pressure here. Edge of the box. Headed over. Goal kick to Arsenal. Partey, Coutinho, Fraser, and a centre-back I'd be happy with. All realistic options. So you take Fraser. He's available on a free, right? Wouldn't it be a loan, though? Yeah, I believe Barcelona are only willing to loan him if there's an obligation to buy. Because he went on loan to Bayern Munich with no obligation. So they were able to just send him back and just say no thanks. So what I've heard is Barcelona are saying, yeah, teams can have him for a year on loan, but they're obliged to buy him at the end of that year. So I think what Arsenal would do, if this Guendouzi thing has any substance to it, they would give Guendouzi to Barcelona for maybe 30 million off Coutinho's fee. It's believed they want around 70 million for Coutinho. So you give him Guendouzi, you take him on loan, and then you've got 40 million to pay in a year's time. To me, an absolute no-brainer. Villa are going to be a tough game tonight, 100%. I mean, if you remember the home game, they were very difficult. Don't forget the Dubai 11 aside after COVID. I'm not sure what that means. Hey, Curtis, we in here. Hey, big up Jamrock Gunners TV, man. Go check out his channel as well. Coutinho plays off the left and cuts in. We don't need another creative inside forward. Out and out wing would be better, personally, I think, Curtis. I do agree with that. I think Coutinho would have to play more central for us, which is where the problem may lie. I think, you maybe play 2 out and out centre mids with Coutinho just in front. Oh, that is a poor pass, man. It'll be interesting, whether this Torreira and Ceballos partnership is as productive, because Ceballos and Xhaka have had a good partnership. Hi, Curtis. There's a flag flying saying back Arteta, Kroenke out. Wow. I haven't seen that. I haven't heard nothing about that. Because I'm watching the game as well. I haven't seen it, but are they talking about it on social media? Yeah, as you said, Reece Nelson out injured with a groin strain, it says. Villa got an injury. Yeah, no, it's not saying nothing on social. There's a plane flying. Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, you're right. Back Arteta, Kroenke out. Wow. Wow. Oh, big up Carol with the exclusive, man. I didn't know about that. I just seen it on social media. Yo, bro, how's your day been? Everything's good, man. Again, as I always say, let's hope Arsenal don't mess it up. Would you rate this season? It's been terrible. Probably the worst I've ever seen as an Arsenal fan. But win the FA Cup, Arteta building going forward, it rescues it, in my opinion, the best we can. Curtis, the love you show Coutinho, I love it, man. He's absolutely class. Walks into the Brazil team, mate. Anyone doubting him, just watch what he done to Tottenham in the Champions League this season. Class. The guy is an absolute baller. As I said, in the last World Cup, he was better than Neymar. He was Brazil's best player. If you look at Arteta's first couple training sessions, it was all about angles, triangles, and having 3 options on the ball. It's amazing to see it. Big up Curtis. Yeah, and it's a work in progress. When you got better players, it will be easier. Is that the thing Turkish was talking about? It must be. I haven't seen Turkish his comments regarding it, but hey, fair enough, man. Put the pressure on the Kroenkes. They need it. I want Kroenke out too, but I think next season's away kits are awesome and want to buy it, but that's cash into Kroenke's pockets. Bootleg it, man. Bootleg the tops, man. I'm sure you know someone who sells them. Nah, get the proper thing, but do you like the away kit? Yeah, it's this one with the splashed like red paint effect on it. It's one of them kits I need to see in person to see if I really like it. It's sad when the kits come out. I bought all 3 kits this year, man. And I'm moaning saying Kroenke out, but it's a little bit hypocritical, I suppose. I want Kroenke out, but I'm not sure that banner will help Arteta and may turn Kroenke against him. It's a tricky one, isn't it, man? You have to sort of question the timing, possibly. If you could take one, Ake or Mings, I think Ake's slightly better, man. I mean, disappointed that Man City are in talks. If Man City are in talks, we're not going to get him, are we? Let's be honest. He'll go City. What's up, Curtis? All the way from Canada. Personally, I would like to sign Ceballos first. Oh, Eddie had half a chance. I would like to sign Ceballos first and then Coutinho, but definitely Coutinho is a baller. It's a definite upgrade to what we have at the moment. And you got to look at it. We don't score goals, really, from midfield, Xhaka, Ceballos, Willock, Torreira, Guendouzi. Ozil. These guys don't score enough goals. Coutinho's shot is good. He creates, it's a no-brainer for me all day long, especially on loan. We need to support Arteta. I hope he will be great again. Let's hope so. Think of Coutinho's motivation if he came back to England. He'd have a chip on his shoulder after what's happened the last 2 years. Arteta could work wonders with him. Yeah, let's hope so. He would have a lot to prove, man, because people are writing him off. Curtis, respect from Albania, man. Wanted to ask, have you maybe played as a striker back in the days? Yeah, I did. That was my original place, man. I was a striker. So I have a lot of understanding of the position. I still think it's the best position on the pitch to play. Although the most pressure. Definitely the most pressure. I take both, but I really like Ake. He does things that none of our defenders do, which is just defend solidly, innit? Hit the likes, guys, but more importantly, subscribers. Curtis is not far off 8K subscribers. Ted, you're an absolute legend, bruv. As I said before, I need 18 subscribers or 19 to get me to 8K. Hoping you guys can get. In fact, I need 15. Surely by the end of the stream, we get the extra 15. We're a little sloppy on the ball tonight, definitely. We haven't really created a good chance yet. Looking very sloppy. We can't get rid of Kroenke now that he has 100% control. Arteta will be the sacrificial lamb this time next year. Let's hope not, man. Wilson Fernandez, honestly, never seen him play. I heard something about him. He's a young lad who plays in Portugal, but honestly, I've never seen him. I've heard we're being linked with him. I don't know enough about him. Mings is just tall with a cool haircut. Yeah, maybe. He's quite solid, but he's definitely got a mistake in him. I think that's the problem. 14 minutes gone in this game, man. It's a boring one. It's not a great one. I think Arsenal look a bit flat. They're probably still on a high. Ake looks around to see what's going on around him. Our defenders all sleep and people sneak in. Ake has great awareness. I definitely think Ake is better than Mings. We're not signing defenders this summer. That's worrying. I hope we are. Obviously, we've signed Pablo Mari. Saliba's come in. I think we could do with one more centre-back, personally. Julian Draxler, sure. We've been linked with that guy for so many years, man. It's unbelievable. He goes in the bag with, like, Higuain, Benzema, Yanam Villa. Them players that we just constantly got linked with and never signed. But yeah, he hasn't really had the career he should have. What do you think of Eddie always using Arteta? Eddie using Arteta, Arteta using Eddie. It baffles me. I don't think he's that good, I'll be honest. I think he works hard. I think he's a bit of poacher's instinct. He can finish. But I just don't think his all-round game is that good. Didn't have a great loan spell at Leeds. Congratulations to Leeds. Obviously, they've won the league. Good team to come back into the Prem, man. Big ground, big history. We've made a slow start today. We need to pick up. It's a very flat game, man. Really flat. Mings heads it away. Yeah, we're gonna have to play better than this in the cup final. That's for sure, man. I really rate Marquinhos, to be honest. Top 5 centre-backs in the game today. He has improved a lot. I have to admit, I didn't rate him that highly at the start. But he has improved a lot, next to Thiago Silva. Curtis, what did you make of Chelsea dominating Man U? Are they still overrated? It was a strange one. I didn't understand Solskjaer's team selection. I thought it was quite arrogant. It was almost as if he thought, you know what, rest players and, bring on the cavalry late on and win it. And they got battered, De Gea had a nightmare. And Man U were poor. I think they have been a little bit overhyped. Eddie's price is going up while playing for Arsenal, so it's a win-win. We can sell him in the future. Yeah, possibly. I just don't get the impression Arteta wants to sell him. Just join the stream. Hey, big up, Aidan. Better late than never. You haven't missed much. The game has been the total opposite of the FA Cup game the other day, man. It's an absolute boring game. Curtis, if Chelsea get into the top four and qualify for Champions League, then beat us in the final, would that mean we get into Europa League as FA Cup runners-up? I believe not. I actually thought that myself, I read up on it and everything I was reading was suggesting that we won't. It would simply go to 7th place in the Premier League. Mate, I was astonished when I remembered they paid 80 million for Maguire. Definitely paid too much for him. He's one of them defenders you've got to play with a deep line because he lacks pace. If there's pace in behind him, he's in trouble. Curtis, among the relegated clubs, any players will be good additions to our team. I like Max Aarons at Norwich. Cantwell and Buendia aren't bad. As we said, Ake at Bournemouth. And if Villa went down, I think Grealish, possibly Mings. Not many others. I think that would probably be it. What do you think about Cazorla on coaching staff at Arsenal? I think he would be good. Yeah, I'd love to have him at Arsenal. I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's going to Xavi's club. I think Xavi is manager of a club in, is it Dubai or Qatar? And I believe Arteta said he hasn't spoken to Cazorla, so it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I think Cazorla... Corner. Looked like handball shot there. Yeah, it looks like Cazorla will go and play for Xavi for a year, pick up a big check. Maybe the following year he comes to Arsenal. KDB 2 assists away from breaking Henry's record against Norwich for City. Wouldn't surprise you, would it? KDB. We're just not looking great. Still think Giroud is a good player. He is with the right service. There's no doubt about it. Come on. Just the final ball's not quite there. Corner. We've had 2 quick corners here. Cazorla is going to outside Xavi's team. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he'll get a nice paycheck there. Playing some nice weather for a year or 2. Then retire. Come back to Arsenal maybe as a coach. Hit that like. Curtis, remember watching the Blood Brothers episode? You reminded me of Kanu. What do you miss the most about playing at high level? It's just a lifestyle, man. I love football. I love playing football, man. Training every day is incredible. And having that as your career and your job, even if you're not like at Arsenal's level earning a fortune, even to do it in the lower leagues, it was just amazing. You learn so much, you travel, you meet so many people. It's a real privilege, man. So, having to, work now and do what you would call a regular job, it's a lot different, man. So, football career is something goes quick. You have to really appreciate it, man. Game needs a goal. Yeah, it's a boring game, man. I'll be honest. Arsenal had 70% possession in the last 10 minutes. It's nice to do to Villa what Man City were doing to us, but we're just not creating anything. We just seem to be putting crosses in. As a Man United fan, that performance on Sunday was absolutely disgusting. What was Solskjaer thinking? He should have played full strength and could have rested players after we are winning in the EPL. I mean, it seems as if he wrote off the FA Cup and just thought United need to get top 4 and he wants to win the Premier League games. And he didn't seem to care. But for a manager who, has never won a trophy at United, I would have thought the FA Cup would have meant a lot to him. He won the FA Cup as a player under Ferguson. So I don't get that whole mentality from him that he just didn't seem to care about the FA Cup. It's a strange one. But personally, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me, I think Chelsea is a better game for Arsenal. I think Man United's pace on the break would have really troubled us. Not that Chelsea won't trouble us, but I'm confident we can beat Chelsea. If you could only sign one, Partey or Upamecano, I'm going to go Partey, you know, because I think we've lacked that midfielder for years. I'm still going to hope that, you know, Saliba and Pablo Mari with protection in front, maybe we'll get away with it. But the midfield for me, I think we need someone. Oh, excuse me. This is what the game's doing to man. Game's making me yawn. Ollie has his objectives Woodward has given him, and it's probably just Champions League football. Curtis, you don't have to answer this, but when you was playing pro football, was the money good? It depends what you put it in context with. Do you know what I mean? It was good in terms of what you would consider a regular job wages, but in terms of, you know, professional football and what some people get in, it's relative. You know, it's relative. Didn't Henry score 20 plus goals that season too, Curtis? Was it which season are we talking about? The year he won the FA Cup? Since this game is a yawner, best player you ever played against? Played against some good players, man. Do you know what? One of the best. I can't say this guy. In fact, you know, I played against Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy was very good, but at that time, he wasn't like the best player. The best player I played against is a guy called Lee Trundle. He played for Swansea. And this guy, man, honestly, he made professional football look like having a kickabout with your mates. And he was a talented player, man. You know, there's certain players that their talent is right at the top, but for some reason they fall down. You know, you look at players like Ravel Morrison, you know, Adal Taarabt, Quaresma. These guys are like, their talent is right at the top. You know, people used to say Nani was a better footballer than Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's all about the work rate, the ethic, and producing week after week. But Lee Trundle was just one of them players that I watched and I just thought, this guy is just he's just a special player. He's just playing the game at his own speed. I remember him shooting from the halfway line. He was just doing whatever he wanted. You know, he's bringing the ball. Yeah, great player, great player. I actually talk to him sometimes. If you could go up against any player, past or present, who would it be? I would love, being that I was an attacking player. So I'd be probably up against the defender. Who would I'd have liked to have played against, like Tony Adams or someone. You know, just one of our top centre backs, Adams or Campbell. Had a real good battle with one of them. You know, just to see how high is the level. Can I get anywhere near those guys in a game, or are they just way too good? You know, 100%. Trundle really was a talent. Honestly, ask anybody who played against him. He's one of them players who you just think he could have been at the very top, but for whatever reason. Do a job you love and you'll never work a day. Even earning minimum wage by doing something you love is a dream. And that is a very important message. And I try and preach that message to my kids and stuff, that, you know, we're very dictated to by money and numbers and figures. But so many people are doing jobs that they don't like for years and years and years. And, you know, it's not ideal. I always believe go for happiness. All right, we need. Oh, and just as I'm talking about that, Villa score. Trezeguet. It's rubbish. This could be Europa League done tonight in the league. Arsenal losing 1-0. Poor defending. We have been shocking tonight. Absolutely shocking, honestly. That is awful. Corner, a wasteman. I mean, I'm not being funny. The man is unmarked in the penalty area. Honestly. Our defending at times is absolutely shambolic. You can't be standing in the penalty area. What, 12 yards out, unmarked? He hit it nice, but terrible. Got John Terry and them on celebrating. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's a good finish. I'm not even going to lie. It is a good finish. Oh, man. Free kick to Arsenal. They're still celebrating, man. This is the problem with Arsenal, right? This is the problem. Just when you feel like you can start trusting Arsenal again, you know, we ain't used to having the ball. LOL, can't play counter-attack against these. Big up my boy Theo Smith. And you're right. You know, against Man City, where you just let them dominate and we sit back, we're good at that. But now Villa, who aren't as good on the ball, Villa are saying, you have the ball. We're like, yo, we don't know what to do with it. We're not good enough. We haven't got the players to dominate. How much space did he have? Shambles. This victory, if Villa were to get it, gets them out the relegation zone. Of course they're going to be fired up. Technically brilliant finish, no bias. Shocking defending, man. This is why I just don't trust Arsenal. Free kick. Ceballos pulls it back. Oh, Cedric pulled it back to Ceballos. Sorry, he shoots over. We've been absolutely awful in this game, honestly. Absolutely awful. You just put that. You're right. This is the Arsenal I know and love. The one that gives you disappointment, that builds up your hope and then just leaves you to fall. And this is Arsenal. This is the same problem United had earlier against teams that sit back, can't break it down. These are games where your Coutinho would be a good player because he can create, he can shoot from distance. There goes the clean sheet, but not the match. You're right. Big up Beatbox, Dre Beats, brought back down to earth, mate. We always get ahead of ourselves. We are a cup team now, but average over 38 games. You make a good point because I said this to someone the other day. I said, listen, being a good cup team doesn't make you a good team. It means you can lift it for some big occasions and lift your game. The league is 38 games. That's your bread and butter, and we can't perform consistently, man. This is why the fan base needs to chill. We are still crap. Terrible, man. Exactly, bro. This is why we bought Fernandes. You're right. And look at what he's done at United. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Courtesy's not far off 8K subscribers. Hey, big up Ted Watts again. As I said, I need 15 subscribers tonight to get to 8K. It'd be great to get to that by the end of this stream. So if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button. One great performance followed by a few bad ones. It's just typical of Arsenal, man. Curtis, not to be all negative at all, even though I'm a Chelsea fan, I believe if you guys went to win the last couple of games, also the final, forget about the transfers, mate. I hear you, and I appreciate that. But, it's just papering over the cracks. Do you know what I mean? That we're still not a good team. We could win the FA Cup, but unless we invest in the summer, we're still a poor team. Look at the investment Chelsea are doing. They're about to buy Kai Havertz. They've bought Ziyech. They've bought Werner. What's up, Curtis? Thanks for the streams, bro. I've said that many times, though I do greatly mean it. So keep these absolutely great streams and videos. Hey, I appreciate that, Sharif. Love the support. Remember, you guys work jobs that you love because at the end of the day, money is not that important. If you wake up every morning loving your job, you will live a long, happy life. Yeah, that's the aim, man. That is the aim. I try not to let money dictate me and how I live. But unfortunately, in today's world, you have to have money. But if you can earn money doing something you love, it's jackpot, isn't it? People chill out. It's 30th minute. It's only 1-0. People relax. Curtis, chill, man. I love that. I love the relaxed attitude. It's just we've all gone back into that Arsenal zone. That okay, this is the Arsenal that we're used to watching. We missed out on Ziyech. I'm so sad. The guy's a baller. The guy openly made comments saying that Arsenal was his team in England, and that's the team he would have liked to have joined. But you know, Arsenal, man, you can't. They'll buy who they'll buy, man. They've been doing this for years. You know, we get linked with Higuain, we buy Lucas Perez. We get linked with Benzema, we buy Danny Welbeck. You know, we've always been that team. Come on, counter-attack on here. 4-on-4. Kalas. Oh, Bamang, you've got to give that ball back to Kolasinac. Lakar, come on, is that a penalty? No. Bamang should have given that to Kolasinac earlier, man. Why do our players lose concentration? It always happens no matter which players, because they're not all that good. You know, top players concentrate. Oh, have a look. No, I don't think Grealish really does anything. To be genuinely honest, we were probably going to do a Q&A last time, which was thoroughly enjoyable. If the game don't liven up second half, we might have to go down that same route, man. Told you selection is a risk. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because, you know, if you went with a weaker team and we lost, everyone would have said, well, you've just thrown away Europa League spot in the league. Arsenal equals bad for my mental health. I trust this club as much as a paranoid girlfriend. Every time they give you hope, they love taking it away. And ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? Smithy boy. I think a lot of our players have got into bad habits over the years. Yeah, but, you know, I believe top players don't get into bad habits. It shows the mentality of the football club. That £1 extra would have sweetened the deal, innit, man? Luis Suarez, where would that deal have taken us, man? Deluded put out a video about Maitland-Niles to Brighton. Is this a legit possibility? I mean, number one, no disrespect, I feel like Ainsley could play for a better team than Brighton. But the problem is, maybe Ainsley's telling teams, whoever I go to, I want to play centre mid. And I don't believe a top team would take Ainsley as a centre mid. I think he looks better at fullback. Oh, we are just giving the ball away so cheaply, man. Torreira getting booked, yellow card. With Arsenal, it's 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. That's how it feels. I don't get what Eddie brings. He's like a 12-year-old on the pitch, just running around like a headless chicken. Honestly, you know, if the guy wasn't doing nothing at Leeds in the Championship, what is he going to do for Arsenal in the Prem, in a team that's struggling? Keep calm in Arteta, we trust. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, I'm not getting on to Arteta tonight. I think he's picked a reasonably good team. I don't fully understand the shape, but it is what it is. Please subscribe and hit the like, people. Hey, big up, Ted. As I said, end of the season, transfer window time. I'm going to try and do a giveaway. I'll have to think of something to sort out. Get a kit, a top or something. Is Eddie even playing? Well, I believe so. I don't know what he's doing, though. Curtis, every day I would select you in front of Nketiah, mate, 100%. Also, you playing ball here and there. A little bit, not as much now. I want to concentrate on this stuff more, to be honest. You know, this can be more long-term now. Honestly, Eddie, I just don't rate the guy. Honestly, don't rate him. And just because he plays for Arsenal doesn't mean he's that good. You know, I honestly don't think he would get a top club if Arsenal sold him. In Arteta, we trust. In the players, I don't trust. There you go. And I agree with that. I don't rate Eddie. Not one bit. A few days ago, I was saying I'm proud of the boys. Now I'm sat here watching this crap Arsenal for you, a roller coaster of emotions. Typical, innit? You know, we've just played Man City, beat them 2-0. We're playing Villa and we look terrible. Oh. Corner to Arsenal. Torreira offers nothing to this midfield, in my opinion. He's overrated. I don't care what anyone says. I think if there was hype around him in Italy again, move him on in the summer. Eddie will never be good enough. Facts. We just wasted that corner trying to play short and giving it away. And Ketia is a very average player. I don't even fully trust Arteta. Smithy, I will not be reading that out. Have you seen what's been going off over the last week or so? I can't blame Eddie for playing it. Who are you blaming? He's playing up front. He's got Aubameyang next to him. All right, to be fair, there's been no service. Do people buy into this? We look weak without Xhaka. I mean, would Xhaka have made a big difference in this game? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking the question. Torreira lacks goal threat. I mean, I don't think that's his job ideally, but I just don't think he's that good anyway. People need to chill. The game ain't finished yet. But we look so bad. It's not just that we're losing. Willock is also average. I think he's better than Eddie, but I don't think he's that good either. I mean, look, Laka's got the ball. He's got no one to pass to. Oh, we can't string two passes together. Hey. Curtis, you know what Eddie's doing? Running about like headless chicken as usual, but every 3 games he scores the odd tapping. I honestly don't see what he's good at. I do not rate him at all. There's no way he is the standard that we need. I know he's a young-ish player, but I can't see the quality. In regards to backing Arteta as a former player, what types of managers made you easier to buy into their systems? It's a good point because different styles work, but you need to see progress. You need to see that the style they're trying to implement works, which I think the players are buying into Arteta, but it won't work until he gets the players. So Arteta being successful will be down to the board backing him and the players he can convince to come to the club. So I think in that sense, the players are on board, but we need a lot better players. We have no out-and-out winger in this game. I mean, Saka, but is Saka playing like quite central, or is he playing wing back? I mean, we're stretched here again. We are stretched here again. Crossed it in. Oh my days, we cleared it. They are playing us off the park. They have desire. We don't. Simple, and that is it. Let me tell you the difference between a good team, right, and an average team. Every now and then, average teams put in good performances, which is Arsenal. Good teams are consistently good and occasionally put in bad performances. We are not a good team. Don't get caught up in that Man City performance thinking all of a sudden, you know, these average players are good players, because they're not. Overrated youngsters, and Ketia, Willock and Reece, they are not ready. I actually agree with that. I don't rate any of them really. Nelson is so overhyped and Ketia is awful. Willock's got a little something, but his decision-making is not good enough. Curtis, do you think 3-4-3 is Arteta's preferred formation, or is he adapting to the players we have? Curious because he's giving the defenders new contracts. Yeah, I don't understand where these contracts are coming from. Arteta should not have changed the team. Oh, I think the problem is I think that would have took a lot out of him against Man City. So I always felt he was going to make 1 or 2 changes. Villa are on us again here. They're all over us. Byline. Oh, good block, Saka. We do not look good. I agree with this. Saka is the brightest youngster currently at the club, definitely. Formation changes needed ASAP. Yep, we're being outplayed. It's not working. How desperate are we these days, saying we are losing the battle because Xhaka ain't playing? How ish are the rest of our players? And this is what I'm saying, like, is it really Xhaka not playing that is causing us to lose this? Absolutely poor first half. No energy, no link up. They just look flat. They look like they're still celebrating. And you can't do that at this level, man. It's another game a few days later. Grealish crossed in, unmarked. Oh, my days. Unmarked free header. Trezeguet again. Like the French striker who played all them years ago. What a player he was. Premier League is gone. We've actually showed a great brand of football in game stuff. The FA Cup we've done brilliantly. Yeah, but 2 wins could have got us Europa League through the league, and then you take a lot of pressure off the FA Cup final then. You're already in Europe. It's just a one-off game. It is anyway, but, we're relying on the FA Cup to get us in Europe. This team is not working. We need a change at half-time. Totally agree. Is Arteta brave enough to make them? I'd take Eddie off. I think he's done nothing. Here is Eddie. Can he prove me wrong? Got past him, to be fair. Oh, unlucky corner. Let me get one thing straight. I'm not against him. I want him to do well, but at the moment, I just don't rate him. I disagree. And Nketiah isn't awful. He shouldn't be starting for us, but for a lesser team, he'd score goals. Maybe. Curtis, what level did you play at? Saw a video of you being called up for Jamaica. I played it like lower league, conference, League 2. Played international football. Yeah, that's the level. Maybe I'll do a video one day about my playing career. Corner. Oh, man. We just look horrible. We're going to go all the way back. Oh, not bad. Torreira got to be careful on a yellow card, man. Arsenal youngsters worthy of praise. Saka and Martinelli. They're the two. Oh, no. I mean, you got Aubameyang left wing crossing the ball in. It just makes me sick to see it. Sorry. Top goal scorer at the club, hitting the byline. Come on, move, man. The players aren't even moving. Nah, Torreira trying to beg a free kick, man. That ain't no foul. You can see how important Tierney is to the back line, and even getting forward, he puts good crosses in. We're in trouble here again. Grealish. Oh! Wow, Grealish nearly scored a 30-yarder, man. As you pointed out before, Curtis, it's important for Arteta to make changes early. I mean, we're getting hit on the counter-attack here by Villa. Look how many players we've got back. He just stroll in with his socks low, just cuts inside. I'll have a pop. No one blocking it. Wow, I mean, it's poor. You've got Lacazette trying to tackle him. It's unlucky, man. We're looking bad. I personally would love a video of you explaining your professional career. Get some insight from an actual player. Hit the likes, everyone. I appreciate that, man. When the season's finished, I'll be more creative. I'll do different things. I've got videos lined up already with some players, a couple of Premier League players, and we'll have things lined up, man, for when the season's finished. Don't worry. Lots of content coming out. As I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm now 15 away from 8,000. So hopefully I can get 15 subscribers tonight. And we'll get there. Absolute rubbish as usual. It's been poor. Not bad ball. Lacquer. Come on. What's that, Lacquer, man? That's poor. Simple pass. So frustrating, man. What's wrong with Arsenal today? Where's the urgency of play? They all looking interested. I think they're still celebrating. They're still thinking, we beat Man City. We just turn up here and roll Villa. Villa need to win to stay up. We are only good at parking the bus and counter-attack. In games like this, we often struggle, and we do. We actually do. You get 8K subs, what will you do? As I say, season finishes next weekend after the FA Cup final. And we'll do something after that as a thank you for everyone for supporting. I'll give away something, I'll give something away. And Nketiah is on the wing. I don't know what formation they're playing. It appeared he was through the middle with Aubameyang. Now he seems to be hugging the right wing, and Aubameyang looks like he's on the left wing, as usual. And Lacquer is kind of playing like a false 9. That's a brilliant ball from Ceballos. Oh, my shirt number was number 9. I remember I signed for one club and number 9 was already taken, so I took 18. 189, and 9 times 2, 18. I went for that, but 9 was always my favorite number. Ronaldo, 9. Brazilian Ronaldo was my favorite footballer growing up. You know, my totally favorite player, even now, my favorite. So it was always number 9, R9. Tobias being the best player tonight. He's the only one who seems to be able to pass the ball. Just shocking. It's so poor. All we're doing is just crossing it. When we ain't got Giroud in the team anymore. We're not really that team. Eddie's in the Pepe position. It's not working. Man like Tyrone Mings, yeah. I think Tyrone Mings is like 6'4", He's seriously tall. I don't know if he doesn't look as tall on TV, but he is massive. You got Cedric and them, man, just whipping crosses in. He's loving that. He came from non-league. That's what they know how to deal with that. We have to rotate players, especially after last week. We will be weakened. Villa is playing for the contract. That's half time. And honestly, that was a shambles of a half. I mean, Villa, if they hang on, they're at the relegation zone. Champion teams bring it all the time, not sometimes. Come on, pick it up. Listen, I just watched the end of the game before. Manchester City against Watford. Similar circumstances, right? Man City, nothing to play for really in the league. They've already secured top 4. They can't win the league. Watford, fighting to stay in the league. Look what Man City do. They go there, they slap them up 4-0. Doesn't matter, they ain't got nothing to play for. The demand is there. Especially after they had a bad result against us. They go there and batter them 4-0, light work, away from home. We've gone away from home and we're getting outplayed. Absolutely outplayed. Please subscribe to support the channel. Arsenal maybe ish, but Curtis isn't. Big up, Ted. Appreciate the little joke here. I mean, it ain't a joke. They are rubbish, and I believe I'm more consistent than them. Trust the process. Well, it's a long process, man. Man City hammered Watford, destroyed them. Had goal disallowed and everything. It could have been 5 or 6. Rubbish first half. I mean, honestly, that's made me tired. If you guys weren't commenting and interacting, I'd be asleep if I was just watching that. That was a shocking first half. Curtis, all at the best. Henry, R9, R10, Messi, Zidane, Ronaldo. Ooh, that is difficult. That is difficult. Because I believe, it's such a... All right, we'll do it by... It's not Zidane and it's not Henry. It's a difficult one because Ronaldinho is probably the most talented footballer I've ever seen. He can do things with a ball no one can do. Ronaldo and Messi are the best goal scorers, and R9 is my favourite. It's a difficult one. I'm going R9. I'm sticking by my boy R9, man. He's my favourite. He's still my favourite ever player, so I'm going with him. Big up Sharif for the super chat. I appreciate that. Every little helps, man. Every little helps. Anything that is donated towards the channel will go back into the channel. I'm looking to upgrade things over the summer. So I appreciate all you guys' support. Jamrock says R9. Yeah, R9's my guy. Omar says Messi. R9, the phenom, most complete footballer. I just think, I agree. I just think he's the best. I'm sorry, but Torreira has to be sold in the summer. He's not good enough. I think, as I said, if teams in Italy are hyping him, then he can go, no problem. Shocking first half, man. Who's been the best player? I can't. I'd probably say Ceballos has at least played a few decent passes, but it has been really poor. Hey, bro. Hey, big up. Maradona or Messi? I mean, I always look into this. My dad always said that Maradona was better than Messi. He led a weak Argentina to the World Cup. He led a weak Napoli to the Serie A title. But I can't say Maradona because I honestly haven't seen enough of him. So I have to say Messi without really making a fair judgment. Curtis, remember the Nike Yago Benito adverts? Those were so lit. Them Nike adverts back in the day were legendary, man. They were the best adverts, but they've just, they don't make them no more. Why do Nike? Look at the players they've got. You need Brazilians, man, with that flair and the skill. Would you take Akanji from Dortmund? He's 24 and maybe off to the Premier League. Again, haven't seen enough of him. I've seen a bit of him. I've heard about him. I've packed him on FIFA a few times, but no, I don't know. Honestly, can't say. Prime Ozil or KDB? I'm KDB just for the simple fact he scores and assists, man. You can't, he gets double figures goals, double figures assists, takes free kicks, takes corners. I'm going for him, man. Big up, my man. We are poor right now. Our midfield needs to get better. Ceballos is trying to be Cazorla at times, but not working. I feel for him today because him and Torreira look like they've got no partnership whatsoever. We compared Torreira to Kante. Not me, bro. Not me. The only thing that is similar is their height. That is it. Torreira is a level below Kante. That's for sure. Where is the creativity? Yeah, I wonder if all Arsenal fans are going to say we need Mesut Ozil back. They did that with Emery. When Ozil was left out, we had a game or two where we didn't really create. We need Mesut Ozil back. No one don't want to mention Ozil now. Arteta's in charge. It's allowed for Arteta. It wasn't allowed when Emery did it. It was he was the villain. Ceballos is the only one trying. Honestly, this game has been absolutely shocking. It's been so bad. Xhaka needs to come on. I mean, no disrespect. I just don't see what difference Xhaka makes. Bring in Ozil, joking. Hey, you better be, man. Big up AM78 with a super chat. He says, poor first half, bro. I think that's an understatement. We were absolute. If you hadn't watched Premier League football before, and it's the first time you watch football, and I said, right, two teams playing today. One of them is in the relegation zone. They've been terrible. And the other one they haven't been great, but, they're in the top 10. They're fighting to get in Europa League. They've got some big players. You would think Aston Villa were that team. You would think, who's that team in the yellow, man? They look like they're going down, mate. They look like they're getting relegated. We're shocking. You can't go from beating Man City to, we're getting outplayed against Aston Villa, man. It's a joke. And this is why Arsenal are not that good, because top teams have consistency, and we're not consistent enough. That's the problem. Eddie on the right is as effective as a condom with a hole in it. Oh, man, I'm telling you. The man just running around doing nothing. Headless chicken, I'm telling you. Someone tell me, because a few people have defended Eddie, right? You tell me what Eddie's good at apart from just running around. Just running around. He's a tryhard. He just tries hard. Come on, man. I'm looking at Villa's attack. I don't think Eddie gets in their team. He don't get in their team. That Trezeguet looks decent. They've got, Grealish and them, man. Nketiah's rubbish, man. The man couldn't even get in Leeds' team in the Championship. Horrible first half. Lack of ideas is frightening, and Nketiah is useless. I mean, I don't just want to single him out, because he's a young player and he's trying to find his way. But these young players nowadays, even if they're not at the level, you can usually see something in their game to say, He's got that you can work with, you know. I can't see nothing in Eddie's game. The odd tapping and running around. We are consistent. We're consistently average and consistently beatable. I love that comment. That sums Arsenal up. Consistently average. And Ketia is a ham roll, as Troops would say, isn't it? A dry one as well. No butter on the roll. Why isn't Pepe starting over Eddie? I mean, he's going to have to come on. You know, he's going to have to come on. You can't give him 90 minutes playing like that. Would Eddie get in the Leeds team now? Answer is no. Not a chance. Not a chance. They had him on loan for the season. They were happy to let him go in January. That tells you everything. Robbie loves Nketiah too for some unknown reason. I think he's just, you know, he's trying to back the young player. But me, I just say it how it is, bro. That brother ain't good enough. Maybe send him out on loan and we talk about it in another year. But right now, nah. He's not ready. Eddie's not ready. Eddie is not ready, bro. No butter on the roll, just dry, bro. No skills, no flair, no nothing. Eddie, come on. Might as well call him Eddie Murphy because it's comedy that he starts. No, Eddie! Eddie, you know, come on, man. You're getting away with it, man. How is he playing for Arsenal? Curtis, are you a part-time in Arteta we trust, or is it too early? Listen, I'm full-time behind. Listen, he's the manager of the football club that I support. I haven't got no agenda. I don't care who the manager of Arsenal is, personally. I don't care, as long as that manager does well. I don't care if Wenger was still here. I don't care if Emery was there, if Lumberg got the job, if Mourinho got it, Arteta the manager. I don't care who the manager is. Just bring success to this football club and I will support you. I don't care who the manager is. I've played for managers before I don't even like. I don't even like them, but if we're being, you know, if we're winning and things are going well, cool. We don't have to be best friends. Prove us wrong, Eddie, please. Oh, please, man. Bamford is a poor man's Eddie. Well, I believe Eddie couldn't get in the team over him. Curtis over Eddie all day long. Way better forward. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I think I'm better than him. Oh, dear. I just don't see what the hype is. Arteta seems to love Eddie like this guy is going to be a superstar. Don't blame Eddie. Blame Arteta. Used him the wrong way. Yeah, the wrong way was putting him in the team. Pierre Mertesacker could play better than Nketiah, and he is a tractor. At least he'd win his flick-ons, you know what I mean? He is a tractor as well, man. Boy, he was slow. Man said Eddie Murphy. Hakeem score a goal now. Hakeem, you are the Prince of Zamunda. If you've seen Coming to America, you know what, go on, man. One of the best films ever, man. 122 watching and 70 odd likes. Come on, chaps, hit the like. Hit the like, man. Support your boy, man. Told you I need 15 more subscribers to get to 8K, man. I'm relying on you lot. Eddie has Arteta's nudes. No two ways about it. Yeah, I agree. There's a memory card or something in Eddie's phone with all sorts of dirt on Arteta, because how he's getting picked, I'll never know. The man's come from Man City, bruv. You've worked with the elite in this country for the last 2 or 3 years. Sergio Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, Mahrez, Sterling, Sane, Eddie Nketiah. What the hell is going on? And you're looking at this brother saying, I'm going to play him, you know, I can see something in him. What the hell can you see in him? The man ain't that quick. He ain't that strong. He ain't that skillful. His hold-up play's not that good. He doesn't win many headers, and he only scores tap-ins. The man ain't that good, man. He wouldn't even get in this Aston Villa team. Kind of foolishness is this? Imagine Arteta preferred Eddie to Martinelli. The man didn't want to play Martinelli. I don't know what's going on. Pierre was like the Titanic, took 3 weeks to turn and sank when it mattered. What an analogy that is, by the way. Because that's basically what he was. Curtis, who else can we play on the right? Pepe needs rest. Anyone. Anyone. Don't play with a winger. Just don't play Eddie, man, and not out of position. Eddie is not even that good playing as a striker. You playing him on the right, you're giving yourself no chance. Apparently a banner was flown over the stadium. Back Arteta, Kroenke out. It was. Yeah, I went on social media. I saw the picture, man. It's controversial, but you know, this owner needs to wake up. We have two natural strikers out wide. Exactly. I don't get it. Just because you're a striker and you've got a bit of pace doesn't mean you can play on the wing. Doesn't mean you can dribble and doesn't mean you can cross a ball. Curtis, don't hold back about Eddie. Tell us what you really think. Bro, I'm telling you, man, you come on this channel, I'm going to say it how it is. Arsenal is my main interest. And I'm not just... Look, Xhaka's coming on at half-time. Torreira dragged. I think Torreira's time could be up. One second. Let me just make a drink. Apologies, people. I need a drink, man. I'm back. Apologies, man. I need a drink. That was such a bad first half, man. Yeah, Xhaka's on. I think Torreira could be done this summer, you know, seriously. I think Torreira could be done. Okay, I'm not a fan of Nketiah, besides how he looks like Marlowe Stanfield from the Wild. But now we're just piling on him. This isn't productive. I know. Cracking a beer right now too. Hey, man, I'm having Robinson's orange juice. It's too early for the rum, Kurt. Hey, man, it's only some orange, you know. No rum tonight, man, even though these are stressing me, man. People need to chill when hyping Arteta. It's all about balance, man. All about balance. Don't rate him too highly. Don't criticize him too much. Let's have a look what else she was saying. Sorry, I missed a few comments. I remember back in the day, all the average players we had, Scalacci, Bentner, Shamak. They're better than what we have now. Oh, my God. Shamak's better than Eddie, I'm being honest. Please subscribe to the channel, people. Hey, big up. I'm hoping by the time I finish and I check, I'm on the 8K. I'm backing you, lot. Kolasinac is awful. Absolutely awful player, man. Never rated him. Torreira is still living off that 3-month purple patch. Has no footballing IQ for a South American player. I mean, I wouldn't say none, but I definitely don't think he's that good. Curtis Partey has muscle injury. You think this means he's coming? Yeah, probably. He's got Arsenal DNA, and he getting injured. Who made the decision to buy Kolasinac? I mean, this guy was in German Team of the Season. He had the Team of the Season card on FIFA, the blue card. You know, we got hyped up. We thought, what? Free transfer for a Team of the Season left back in Germany. He got in at left back over Alaba. You know, so they got carried away. You know what? All you man who was hyping Xhaka in the comments here, let's see if it makes any difference this half. Anybody who's playing football, right? Any of you now who are young and play football, watch Kolasinac, right? And as Theo's saying here, Kolasinac on 100 grand a week. Watch Kolasinac and look at yourself and say, you know what? I must have half a chance of making it in football. If he can get to Arsenal Football Club on £100,000 a week, you've all got a chance if you work hard enough, believe me. Because this guy is shocking. Oh my God, we're getting peppered already, man. Seems as some players in the squad don't understand Arteta's ideas. They're not good enough. Arteta is definitely prioritising the cup. I mean, he's actually picked quite a good team though. So, but the system ain't working. Kolasinac, Cole Jenkinson with a gym membership. Wow, that is a great comment. Catch the ball, man. It's not a pass, but we've started poor, man. No way. Kolasinac ain't that bad. We definitely haven't all got a chance. Well, a lot of you have. Not all of you, but a lot of you will have. Kolasinac looks like a shot put athlete. Nah, you lot are unforgiving, man. Kolasinac can only defend Ozil. Yeah, it looks like it. Even an older woman, Cougar, would play better than Nketiah at the moment. Let's give. Look, I'm going to lay off him for the second half. Let's see what he can bring. I don't like hammering young players, but you just don't look up to it. But to be fair to Eddie, without going over the top, a lot of these players aren't up to it anyway. So, I don't just want to blame him. Oh, nice. Plays the wrong ball, man. Ceballos, Kolasinac. Ceballos rolls him. Oh, nearly. The footwork was nice. Ceballos is trying to make things happen, man. Kolasinac has to be the worst free signing I've ever seen. Change my mind. I'm waiting. Listen, Kolasinac was too expensive for free. He was too expensive for free. Someone should have paid us to take him. That's how bad he is. Big up, Curtis. Love, bro. I appreciate that, Anthony. I hope you're well, bro. I wouldn't mind a season without European football, but that doesn't excuse this performance. I don't think the club can afford it financially, man. The way Kroenke runs us, I think we need the money from Europa League. Not a bad ball. Oh, half a chance. Saka volleys it over the bar, man. Oh, wow. Tough question. I'm being honest. Kolasinac is better than Andre Santos, man. He was absolutely awful. But not much better, Kolasinac. Not much better. Should have kept the same team from Saturday. Maybe rest Lacon, bring in Saka. Yeah, I mean, he's changed a few. I think he had to. Who puts one of the best strikers in the world left wing and puts a kid up front? Mikel Arteta. Listen, man, I don't understand it. I say it all the time and, nothing changes. Arteta sees him as a winger, unfortunately. Eddie needs to come out. Eddie's getting a hard time, man. Nacho Monreal was the turning point for Arsenal. Just look at the squad when he joined. He was third choice reserve. We lowered our quality until he was a first choice regular. That happened with a lot of players, where they came in and they were like, second and third choice. I remember actually Monreal, I couldn't stand him when we first got him. I watched him. I thought, this guy's awful. We had Kieran Gibbs, and I wasn't even a big fan of Gibbs, but I thought, you know what? Oh, Cedric, unlucky. It got to the point where Monreal became our left back. And I even started looking at Monreal and going, yo, he's actually a decent left back. But the reality is he was bang average. Oh, free kick to Villa. Santos, boy, that brother there, Silvestre is better than Kolasinac. He was bad as well. He was so bad. Like, I don't think you can possibly get bumped much more than we got bumped by Man United for Silvestre. Man U have actually sold us Silvestre and Danny Welbeck and taken Van Persie and Sanchez off us. Like, they must look at us like, what a joke club these lot are, man. Worst players than Kolasinac are Pascal Saigan, Silvestre and Scalacci. Yeah, Silvestre and Scalacci were terrible. Stepanovs, he was terrible. Saigan was terrible. We've had loads. Lichtsteiner, Jenkinson. We've got a good list of terrible defenders, man. Curtis, we need to make a change and change the formation. Clearly not working. Get Eddie off, bring someone else on. Yeah, I agree. I would change it, man. It's not working. Most top scorers these days play narrow, wide roles, though. Yeah, but he's not a striker in that sense. You know, you look at Liverpool. Mane and Salah are wingers. They're dribblers. They can dribble past numerous players. Aubameyang's not a good dribbler at going at players. Do you know what I mean? So just because he's a striker and that, he's not good in that role. Agree to the fullest, and then these dead players become like our first team, mediocre to say the least. Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? I remember Aubameyang had a chance. I actually didn't even see it. I need to see the replay. Kolasinac, cross it in, blocked, corner. Let me see the replay, man. I looked up and Aubameyang hitting the ball. I didn't really see it. Eddie got the ball. Oh, Aubameyang on the spin. Defender's blocked it. It's a tough one. Defender's right in front of him. Do you guys realise how long Martinez has been at Arsenal? I mean, I saw a picture of him with Ospina when he first joined. I mean, has he been at the club like 6-7 years or something? He was third choice at one stage. But he's done well. Fair play to him. The Eddie agenda is real. I agree with that. Right now, he's crap, but he can improve. He can improve, but right now, the man's rubbish. Yo, Curtis, is it true a team in Istanbul wants Ozil? If it is, I'm gassed. I wouldn't get too gassed, bro, because, you still need Ozil to agree to the deal. And Ozil does not look like he's in a rush to leave. Aubameyang's got a chance of getting golden boot, and he doesn't look bothered. But, bro, he can't get the ball. They're not creating nothing. 10 years, Martinez. Wow. Man's having testimonials soon. And he's only just come on the scene. Oh. Grealish playing good passes, man. Corner to Villa. We look poor. Who signed Lichtsteiner? I would love to know that. You know the only thing with this, if we lose this, not that this is a positive, but if we lose this game, Europa League is gone in terms of league. So you might as well just not bother with that Watford game. Just rest them all for the cup final. Because I think if we... Oh my days, they nearly scored. Villa. We look terrible. This is an awful game. Man of the match, Ceballos. Yeah, but it's nothing to shout about. Lichtsteiner is at Augsburg. Wow. I agree. However, in Arteta's system, the striker has to sacrifice too much pressing. Not sure if he will be wasted there. Hard one. I do get your point there, because Laka has to do a lot of pressing from the front, like the Firmino team. Come on, man. Counter-attack. Let's go. Where's he going? Lacazette. Got two players to his right and he's running. Jeez, man. Do you rate Ceballos, to be honest? I think he's all right. I think he's decent. If we could get him for cheap, I'd take him. Or another loan, I'd take him. But I wouldn't pay no big money for him. Eddie done well there. Won a free kick. Ozil ain't leaving. He don't give a damn about playing. Spot on, Nicholas. This brother don't care about playing football. He wants his 350. If Ozil really does sit out the rest of his contract, going to be a weird send-off when he goes. Just get him out as quick as he can, man. Hi, Curtis. How have you been doing? I hope you have a good day. Yeah, blessed day, man. I hope you're good as well. I'm not going to let this Arsenal result ruin it, man. If we lose this, the figures to get the 6th spot favour Spurs. We can't let this happen. Tottenham are going to finish ahead of us, man. Let's be real. They've been better than us this season. Now, everyone telling me how Mourinho's finished and Arteta's this unbelievable manager. Well, I think we're 5 points behind him. What the hell is this, Curtis? I feel like it's just a waste of time watching this. And Ketia has 84 pace on FIFA. Generous. Bring on Tierney. Ainsley, game will turn. Yeah, there ain't many players you can bring on. Yeah, maybe Tierney, Ainsley and Pepe. He might just look at this game and say, it's gone. I'm not really going to risk these players. The lack of movement is astonishing. Xhaka finds Kolasinac. Cross the damn ball, man. What are you doing? It's too slow. It's too slow. Ceballos, touch deliver, Lacazette, whip it. It's a terrible ball, man. Doesn't even get past the first defender. That is not a foul. The man slipped over, ref. Come on. Man said Q&A. Hey, whatever, man, whatever. All right, here we go. Pepe and Tierney coming on. Hugh Wizzy said a source told him Ozil's fitness was awful after that Corona break. Arteta was disgusted because it was so bad. Your thoughts? Well, you don't get fit playing Fortnite, do you? So I wouldn't be surprised. Tierney and Pepe in. Who's coming off? Who is that coming off? David Luiz off. He's run around every bit of grass on the pitch. So David Luiz off and Saka off. I'm surprised at that. Saka off for Pepe. Favorite Tupac song is probably Until the End of Time. Favorite Biggie song. It's got to be Juicy, and it's a classic, man. Favorite 50 Cent song is probably Many Men. That song is epic, man. It's just amazing how it sums up the man's, being shot and all that. Amazing song. Yeah, Pepe and Tierney are on. Surprised Saka came off, if I'm honest. Tierney, absolutely class. Do for Love is a banger still. It is a banger. Luiz off makes no sense. You never know. Maybe he's carrying a knock. And I think he views Luiz and Mustafi as his two main centre-backs. So obviously Mustafi's out. And Luiz, lack of fouls, Grealish. He gets booked. This ref's just handing out yellow cards for fun, man. Let's have a look. Do you like The Weeknd? Are we talking about the R&B singer or the days of the week? The R&B singer's good, man. Oi! Holding nearly caused confusion there. Well done, Martinez, man. Does this mean the Q&A has started? Hey, do whatever, man. Do whatever. You lot can dictate. The game is poor. Singer, not the actual Weeknd. Yeah, I think he's got a few good songs. This commentator is obsessed with Grealish, man. And you know how it goes, man. When there's an English talent as well, they're really going to push that agenda. Although saying that, they were going crazy about Bruno Fernandes the other day. Man's overhitting the ball for a goal kick. And the commentator's like, oh, look at the vision. What a player. I'm like, yo, man. Come on, chance. Cedric again. What is that? That's a terrible ball. That is a poor cross. I don't like that, man. Vieira Petit, that is easy, bruv, man. That's Vieira by miles. Hello, Curtis. How you keeping, buddy? All good, mate. Hope you're well. Jodeci or New Edition? I'll go Jodeci. Primo Ruzza. I'll go Ruzza. Why does it seem to me that Arteta favours Eddie over Saka? No idea. I don't know what the obsession is. Curtis, are you a season ticket holder? Is it expensive to watch a game at the Emirates? How much are food or drinks? I have got a season ticket. You can get a ticket for maybe like a game like Villa at home would be about 30, 40 quid. If you knew somebody to get a ticket. You're talking Man U, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. You could be looking close to £100 for a ticket. Food is expensive in there as well, man. You get like pizza for about £5. I ain't talking about no full pizza. I'm talking about a slice. A beer's about £5. A drink, like a soft drink, is about £3 or £4. It's not cheap, man. It's not cheap at all. Curtis, you hear about Kanye? Well, he's running for president, right? Aubameyang or Aguero. It's a chance. Come, what's that? What is that, man? Why did he put the ball in the air? And Nketiah could have had a tap in them. And this is where Aubameyang is not a winger. Just cross it on the floor. It's a tap in. Tierney, he gets blocked. It's a corner. I can't believe what Aubameyang did then. He could have given him a tap in. All right, let me just get back to your questions. This is where Aubameyang is not a winger. He's done him. Look at the speed as well of him running onto it. Cuts back. Just lay it to him on the floor. What are you pointing in the air for, bro? Just roll it on the floor to him. That's where he's not a winger, the decision-making. Aubameyang or Aguero? I mean, I got to back our guy Aubameyang, man. I think Aguero is slightly over the hill. But listen, prime Aguero, there's no question. For me, prime Aguero is the best in the Premier League out of all the strikers now. He's the best finisher in the Premier League, that's for sure. All right, where are we going? Eminem or Jay-Z? Eminem is 500 miles better. Eminem or Jay-Z is a tricky one, you know. I wasn't really a big Jay-Z fan growing up. I got more of a Jay-Z fan as I got older. Eminem's music is good. It's a bit more out there, innit, man? I go Jay-Z for me. Although Eminem lyrically is incredible, though, man. Public Enemy or Run DMC? I go Run DMC. Please subscribe. Curtis is a few subs off 8K. Let me just check where I'm at. So we're at 90 now. So 7,990. I need 10 more. 10 more subscribers. I want to finish this with 8K. Don't rate Jay-Z as a lyricist. Wow, man. I think he's up there, man. He doesn't even write his lyrics. Oh, come on. That's not a bad ball from Pepe. Him and Cedric. Oh, this is a tough one, man. I got to be honest, right? Because it's not clear-cut. You got to be honest. If you're in the nightclub and you need to hear a hit record, Drake is the hit maker. There's no doubt about it. If you want to hear conscious music and chill and, you know, then J. Cole is better. So I've got to go for Drake. I have, you know, because I believe Drake has made some good conscious music as well. And I do think he is, yeah, I've got to go Drake. You know, Drake is up there, man. That's a foul. That is a foul. And the stupid linesman weren't even going to give that. Curtis, I looked at the goal. It's Aubameyang's fault. The corner is coming in. Aubameyang is laughing with Mings in the box. And Mings runs by him, wins the header for the goal while Aubameyang stands there. Embarrassing. I'll have to watch that again. Grealish or Maddison? I like Grealish, honestly. I think Maddison, to me, is a bit of a set-piece merchant, you know. He's got a good shot, whips in a good set-piece. Grealish can actually travel with the ball. I do like him. Drake back in the day was good. Now he's like a meme. Yeah, he's a little bit like, he just jumps on whatever's popular now. You know, he comes to England all the time. He's biting everyone's style. Even though I like the fact that he collaborates with, you know, all these UK artists. Drake just strikes me as one of them people who had no style when he was younger, you know, and now he just jumps on trends, you know. He hasn't got his own natural thing, you know. 8K today. A player has got to step up. Yeah, 8K today, I'm hoping, man. A player has, the team has to step up. You know, you can't beat Man City and then just act like this. Is that? Ooh. I went to the Matchday Heroes tour against Chelsea last year, and Perry Groves said our fans are too entitled and we shouldn't be aiming to win big trophies every year, etc. I was shocked. Listen, he works for the club. They're probably briefing him on that. Which, you know, that's disappointing, you know, a guy like that, supposed Arsenal legend, just with that loser's mentality, you know. I don't rate that. I don't even know if Jay's in my top 50. Wow, you're harsh, man. Skepta or JME? I'm a Skepta fan, you know. I am Skepta, man. Here, I've seen him in concert before. Oh, this is a tough one. Wiley or Rascal? You're talking about old school. It's Rascal, but then he kind of fell off over the years. I feel like Wiley has maintained. So, old school Rascal all day long. If you're talking about now, Wiley, I think, I haven't really even heard. Yeah, I agree with this. Nas is my guy, man. That's probably, I think, probably the best rapper alive for me. Exactly, Kurt. It's unacceptable to beat City and then lose here. And they're on the drinks break now, and the game is pretty bad, man. The game is really bad. Listen, right, let's go. How many hip hop rappers do you have time for? Not many now, honestly. I still listen to a lot of old school rap. Mobb Deep, D Block, Dipset, Old School 50, Old School DMX, Nas, Tupac, Biggie. I don't like a lot of this drill rap, and I'm not a big fan. Exactly, Curtis. Oh no, so I already read that one. Do you like? I think this shows Arteta can short-term fixes defensively, but going forward, we just don't have enough quality midfield-wise. We don't have enough quality in the team, and that's why we're so inconsistent. Because good players, they perform consistently. Righty is frustrated like the rest of us. I don't blame him. Has to be Wiley. Without Wiley, there's probably no Dizzy or anything else that came through, including Stormzy. Yeah, it's true. D-Block Europe. Not a big fan of them. You know what? Don't get me wrong. They've got hits in the club where a D-Block Europe tune comes on. It's all auto tune in it. Their music. So, that is class from Pepe, man. That is a yellow card. Bob Marley, come on, man. Bob's one of the goats, man. One of the best. Prodigy, my personal favorite, but Nas the goat of hip hop. Yeah, that Queensbridge sound, man. It was authentic. It was incredible. Mobb Deep, man. HNIC, Prodigy, legend, man. Curtis, did Arsenal seriously give Cedric a 4-year deal? How he got 4? I mean, listen, this guy. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Southampton even offered him a new contract. They allowed him to just leave on a free. And we've given him 4 years at the age of 28. I think he got way too. I would have given him 2 years, and he's got to earn more. What has he done to earn 4 years? It's not like he's tearing it up at Southampton. This performance, it's getting harder and harder to watch, honestly. From Miranda, we love you. We just look awful. It's a harder game. They're fighting for survival. Yeah, but you're supposed to show your quality, man. Watford were fighting for survival, lost 4-0. I know Man City are better than us, but come on. These were third from bottom before this game. They're one of the worst teams in the league. We should have signed Max Aarons. Well, they're relegated now, so end of the season, I'm sure if we want him, we can do it. Nas was so good. Mobb Deep were 19 when they made Shook Ones and Survival of the Fittest. Great songs. Listen, Mobb Deep, man. Classics. Absolute classics. Shook Ones. Curtis, are you going to be gassed if we win the FA Cup? Listen, the celebrations you're going to see if we win that. It's going to be absolute scenes that day, I'm telling you. That stream, I'm going to do that early as well. I'll come on earlier before the game, do some build up. I'm going to do something for that game. Like, definitely do a long stream, get guests to come on and off the show. This performance has been shocking. Big up, Curtis. I really appreciate you. You are a smart and articulate guy. I appreciate that, Adrian, man. I appreciate your comment. I'm shook that Nketiah is playing. Yeah, for real. I'm shook as well of him potentially starting the FA Cup final. Can you imagine if Eddie starts the FA Cup final? I love Arsenal, but this is a really bad performance. The lads should be ashamed of themselves. Honestly, they should. Why not with AFTV, man, Curtis? Yeah, you know what? They did invite me to do the semi-final watch along, but I couldn't do it. And Robbie's contacted me about maybe doing the final. So we'll see. Possibly. This game is a write-off. It is. Honestly, I can't. There's 17 minutes left, and this is truly one of the worst games of football I've ever watched. I won't celebrate the win. I don't want these players. People were ripping Bellerin for performances like Cedric's. Cedric's put about 20 crosses in today. I haven't really seen defensively how good he is. This is the stress that aggravates me when it comes to Arsenal. I always say care less, man. Don't care as much. Arsenal couldn't wait to shoehorn Eddie into the team. And why, I do not know. What is so good about him? 75% possession for Arsenal, but doing nothing with it. There's not enough movement. When you get the ball, it's static. Look at that from Eddie, man. Just gives it away. Grealish. Yo, I'm sorry, but Grealish, yeah, he's going to get himself a move. Oh, he's in. Holding's been weights one-on-one. He's missed it. Oh, my God. Their striker just missed a one-on-one. Wow. He brushed off Rob Holding like he wasn't even there. Grealish pushes Eddie out of the way, skips Ceballos, through ball to this striker. I don't know who it is. He just bullies Holding. One-on-one, left foot, drags it wide. Should be 2-0. Wow, Holding got bullied. What's this guy's name? Davis. Never heard of him. Is he a young player or what? Bullied Holding like he wasn't even there. Holding needs some hard food, man, and some weights. When the gym's open back up, man, Holding needs to be in the gym. We'll bottle the league and then get slapped up by Chelsea just like last year. Listen, if we lose the FA Cup final, then seriously, man, we're just going nowhere as a football club if we can't win that. You know, again, Chelsea will already be in Europe. They're not like desperate to win the cup as we would be. You're right, John. I'm looking for him. People tell me, yo, we need Xhaka on. He'll change the game. In what way? In what way is Xhaka going to change? These aren't the games Xhaka's good in, where you get loads of possession, because he doesn't pick out passes and make things happen. You know, I think he's better when we're on the counter-attack. And Ketia, man, I don't want to keep ripping him, but he's been awful. Holding is too slow. Another championship level player. Holding is so poor. No power and pace. Corner to Arsenal. Oh! Oh my God. Was that Eddie as well? Eddie just hit the post. Oh my days. Corner whipped in by Pepe. Flick on from Eddie. Hits the post. 6 yards out. Great leap, to be fair. Gets above Mings. They're checking VAR. It's nowhere near him. It's not even close. Oh my God. Holding is a championship player. So close. Cedric is getting nothing in there. It's true. You can see how good Grealish is. I think Grealish is an absolute baller. I want us to sign him. If we don't win the FA Cup, we'll probably end up fielding a cup-winning side for most of the next season. That's all we are at the moment. We're a cup team. We're not a league side, because in the league, it offers different things to you. You've got to go to... Look, Grealish ripping us again. Look, here we go. Oh, good save, Martinez. What? This guy's ripping us apart, man. This guy is ripping us apart. Grealish is an absolute baller, man. I think I've burst. Oh, no. I wasn't bothered in the first half, but this performance is seriously hard to watch now. It's a shambles, absolute shambles of a performance. Curtis, guess how many shots we've had on target? Let me know, man. Tell me the stats. I haven't checked, but I'm sure it's pretty bad. Joe Willock's coming on. Surely Eddie gets dragged. I'm sorry. If he gets 90 playing like this. Cedric. Eddie's going to get 90, isn't he? He's definitely going to get 90. Cedric is still whipping in crosses on pacey bits and all these mobile football games on his phone when he isn't in real life. I haven't been that impressed with Cedric tonight, man, honestly. Grealish or Zaha, who would you choose for us if you have to pick one? See, I feel like we need the winger more, though. Even though I'd like to sign both of them. I think we need the winger more. We need the ball carrier. But Grealish having a great game. It's a tough one. I'd probably go Zaha just for the pace and the dribbling. But I would definitely take Grealish. Grealish glides around the pitch. He does, man. 0 shots. I mean, it's embarrassing. Aston Villa. Yeah, I've just got the stats up now. No shots on target in the whole game. 4 shots off target. After scoring 2 against Man City, man. What the hell is going on? I like this channel, the way you're reading comments. Thanks a lot. No problem, man. No problem. Interaction, you know. Eddie will score at 90. I hope you're right. Curtis, you're right. Eddie is crap. I hate these average players who just run around. They're not good enough. Zaha is trash, let's be real. He's not trash, man. Come on. I want to see where Grealish will be next season. He's such a joy to watch. Excellent player. He's ripping us apart, man. He is. Fantastic player on the ball. Grealish is poetry in motion. Not Willock, please. It's true, man. You don't have a lot of faith that these guys are going to change things. One quality midfielder is enough to carve open our midfield. Grealish, mate, I'm sorry. Grealish is better than all our players on the ball. Simple as that. You can't turn your nose. Look, we've just had our own throw and we just threw it straight to their player. Come on, man. Do something. 10 minutes to go. Ceballos, you've kicked it out for a throw-in, man. We've been absolutely shocking in this game. Honestly, I think this is the worst performance of the season. Unacceptable. You're right, man. You can't put this in after you've just beaten Manchester City. It's not good enough. Where's the consistency, man? You know? Big up Springer says, we're looking weak. Eddie ain't Arsenal material. Big up yourself, Big C. Like what you're doing with the channel. Respect, bro. He's not looking good enough. Let me see. The difference Xhaka has made. Never seen a guy come on and change a game like this in my life. It was funny. People were saying in the first half, we need Xhaka on. He'll change the game. Oh, Villa had a shot. Now, listen. This is what I'm saying, John. I'm not saying Grealish. I'm not saying Zaha is better than Grealish. They're a different player. You know, Grealish is like an inside forward dribbler. You know, Zaha is a fast, direct winger. And I think we need that out-and-out winger more, if you know what I mean. So ideally, I'd like both of them. But that's just my opinion. Pathetic performance. Verging on embarrassment. I think you're right. What the effing F is this? Yeah, you make your point. Curtis, wrong lineup. What would you have picked different, man? Who would you have picked different? I'm assuming Eddie you wouldn't have picked. Stop saying City, Curtis. People forgetting already. We beat Liverpool and City. You know what? Me now, I don't even want to even look at them games. You know, I look at it like these different types of games you have to win. And we seem to struggle to win these type of games where we get the ball because we don't have the quality. And you look at the lack of movement. You get one player. Like Pepe's got this ball. Who do you want him to pass to? They've doubled up on him. He's tried to cross it. It's got blocked. And guess what? We're about to get hit on the counter-attack. You're lucky that pass was overhit. Zaha would be amazing if he had end product, but he doesn't. Possibly. This is our true level. Baku Part 2 coming up in 2 weeks at this rate. I hope you're wrong. I can't take that. This game shows the true character of the team. Easy to get up for a game against big teams. And that is it. It is easy to get up for a big game against a big team. Wembley, big occasion, everyone watching. They're dominating the ball, so the game plan is almost dictated to by Man City. They're dominating the ball so much that your plan just becomes right. We try and get the ball and hit them on the counter-attack. That's all it is, you know. But when Villa are sitting back and we've got the ball, we've got to dictate what happens, and we haven't got the quality to do that. Tierney, oh man, this game honestly is painful to watch. Just, you know what they do? Free kick to Arsenal about 30 yards out. We're on a roundabout, like Turkish says. I totally agree with him, honestly. Totally agree with him. I agree this is trash off the back of 2 great performances. Get the beer out, mate. Boring game. Nah, no beer today, man. I'm not even going to... Look at Grealish, man. This guy has ripped us apart. Look. He just keeps it strolling around the pitch, man. That guy is an absolute baller. If Arsenal weren't looking at him before this, they should be now. Look, we're getting battered here. Another one. Good block, man. Let's give a goal kick. Wow. Good. Well done, Willett. We're being embarrassed. Well, let's hope they go up for Chelsea. Watford game is meaningless, so play the reserves. That's it. Top 6, 7, it's done now, so don't even bother going full strength. Aubameyang ain't going to get top goal scorer now either. You know, he definitely needed to get at least 1 goal tonight. Zaha would be amazing. Oh, yeah, he said that, John. Yeah, I read that already, mate. This is so poor. Yeah, it's ridiculously poor. You know, Aston Villa must be thinking, you lot of... If you're a Watford fan right now, you're thinking, you know, they needed Arsenal to win. We've just rolled over and got our bellies tickled, mate, by Grealish. Average players can't perform consistently. That's all there is to it. It's true, but some of these players are better than average, you know. Aubameyang, Ceballos, no one's performed. Watford in big trouble, man. They lose to Arsenal. They're pretty much down unless West Ham beat Villa quite heavily. Chills, you're seeing Aubameyang on the wing like a workhorse. Horrible, innit? This is really embarrassing. Pepe. Ref! That is a foul. How is that not a foul? And this is not good, by the way, because Pepe's on the floor injured. Is it a free kick or a penalty? Linesman gave it. Well done. Oh, well done, Pepe's up. Is this a penalty? Please be a penalty. Oh, it's a free kick. It is a foul. It's a free kick. Oh, you're joking, Curtis. We ain't beating Watford like this now. We won't. Curtis, have you noticed with every young player, they have done something to get you off your feet? Saka, Greenwood, Foden, Hudson-Odoi, Gabby, Eddie don't do nothing. I agree. Anyone seen Lacazette today? Not seen him, mate. We've undone all the good work against Liverpool and City. Feels like that. How has Arteta got this team selection so wrong? Kurt, do you really rate Lacazette? Sometimes I find it difficult to know what the best thing is to do. You know, sometimes I think, do we buy a left winger and play Aubameyang central and bin Lacazette? I don't know. Why we just went free kick on the edge. Pepe whips it in. Oh, headed over. Was that? What's Ming shouting for, man? Shut your mouth. What's he shouting for, man? It was a good delivery from Pepe. Corner to Arsenal. Come on. 3 minutes to go. Can we nick a draw? Comes to the edge. Come on. Pepe. Look, they double up on him straight away. Right foot cross. It's horrible, man. Oh, this game, man. I love Lacazette, but he's not consistent enough. He's not. Doesn't score enough goals. Lack of threat, man. That's the problem. No pun intended. Lack of threat. Villa have been good, man. Villa have been good. You know, you have to. Oh, that's harsh. You have to give them credit. They've had intensity. They've had desire. We've had none of it. We've turned up and just look at Grealish. Honestly, this Grealish has been. I mean, just as I'm about to compliment him, he gives it away. Is that not a free kick, ref? He's rolled two of them. One of them must have fouled him. I'm out, Curtis. Thanks for the watch along. I'll see you next time. Oh, big up, Fraser. You know what? Watching this game, look at this from Xhaka, just giving the ball away. You know what? You watch this game, we've got no right to turn our nose up at Tyrone Mings. He's possibly better than our defenders, mate. He's winning headers. He's organising. I've seen him bullying Lacazette. He looks strong, hungry, you know. I don't see that kind of aggression from us. I've seen Rob Holding getting absolutely bullied, mate. That's a good ball, though. Ceballos crossed in, cleared. The Lacazette and Aubameyang conundrum all rests on what happens with the midfield. We need better ball-playing midfielders to counter the balance. The fact that Aubameyang is not a natural winger and Lacazette is dropping deep. Good point. Classic Arsenal. A good few Villa players would get into this squad. You're right. It's all about the heart, Curtis. Wasted 2 hours of my life watching this nonsense. You're right, man. Great job tonight, sir. I'm going to come back to this channel. I'm a Newcastle fan. Hey, appreciate that, man. Very, very good friend of mine, Leon Best, used to play for Newcastle. And I've actually been to St. James's a few times, man. Fantastic stadium and a brilliant night out as well. So big up, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 8 more subscribers and I'm at 8K. Tierney whips it in. Cleared away. They've won everything. We're just crossing the ball like we've got Giroud and them in there. When it comes to Aubameyang, people want to make excuses. He's done nothing today. He has been put. 4 minutes added on. I knew we would struggle. Villa are fighting for their life. I honestly didn't see this coming. I thought we'd have scored goals. Give me a back three of Mings, Ake and Dunk. Honestly, just get the no-nonsense man in the team. We need to stop being snobby, man. We're always looking for this, let's get the nice ball-playing centre-back. I just want centre-backs who can defend. Big love, Curtis. I can't watch any more of this game. Big up to all the chatters. Hey, you lot have been great. You lot have got me through this game. Seriously. This game has been an absolute waste of time. Typical Arsenal. You know, it's made the game against Watford irrelevant. You know, we can't get in Europa League through the league. We've thrown that away. And our whole season, seriously now, is resting on Chelsea in the FA Cup. And I don't trust this team. I don't trust them. After Baku, you can't trust this team. Seriously, they'll let you down when you least expect it. We have been absolutely awful in this game. Back to square one. If Eddie starts the final, you lose. I agree. Tierney, he's kicked out for a goal kick. Tierney has tried 3 times to run past this guy, and all the time he keeps getting caught. Good morning and good night, Gunners. Banter FC. It's true. It's embarrassing. It's all nice and good to have young kids, but Willock and Eddie will end up at mid-table clubs at best. They are lightweight and not good enough. Agreed. Unless they improve drastically. How embarrassing we could finish 12th. Oh, my days. That's crazy. But, you know, you've got teams like Burnley probably going to finish higher than us in the league. Ake going to City, yeah, I would have signed him. Win the FA Cup, we get into Europe, yeah, but it's a big if. It's a big if. Correct, this team can't manage pressure. 2 minutes left. They're making a sub. Lansbury, former Arsenal, former Nottingham Forest player, coming on for 2 minutes. Charity FC, yeah, just handing it out, mate. 0 shots on target. Well done, Arsenal. Thanks for ruining my night. You're right, Omar. You know, how are you going to go to Aston Villa? 3rd from bottom. Not have a shot on target. How does that work? See you later, bro. I'm off. Peace, mate. Respect, man. Thoughts on Jose and Spurs? I think they're starting to progress slowly, man. They're 5 points clear of us in the league, you know, so they're doing something. It makes no difference where we finish now. Watford will be more of the same. I would rest the whole team. I wouldn't play anyone you want to play in the FA Cup final. I wouldn't play hardly any of them. What's the point? What is the point? I don't want to see Aubameyang, Lacazette, none of. Come on! Who's that, Aubameyang? Look at Mings, man. Mings ain't no slouching. I'm telling you, Mings and Grealish tonight. I wouldn't mind taking both of them. I'm not even being snobby. Them Mings is just a no-nonsense, aggressive centre-back. Something we lack. And Grealish has been fantastic. Best player on the pitch. Pepe, come on. You notice how everyone doubles up on Pepe straight away. Xhaka, look at the lack of movement, man. Oh, it's an embarrassment. 20 seconds to go. Tierney's ran back all the way into his own half. It's a shambles. Absolute shambles FC, mate. Banter FC, shambles FC. Lansbury, former Goonot. We've currently got the ball with Martinez and he's just fiddling around with it. And he's 8 seconds. Oh my God. What is this? Get the ball in the box. Beatbox Dre Beat says, when will fans accept Willock and Nketiah are championship players, bro? Remember last time our season depended on a final. Baku bottlers. I hope you're wrong, man. I hope they do something. Get the ball. Last chance. Ceballos, cross it in. Straight into the keeper's hands. And that sums up, honestly, one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. We have lost. It's full time. It is a shambles. Grealish and them, man. Look at the passion. Look what it means to them, man. Mings is shaking hands with Rob Holding. And let's be honest, Mings is better than all of our centre-backs. I genuinely believe that. Let's stop being snobby as fans, right? We don't always have to sign a glamorous 50 million signing who plays for Spain or France or someone. Sometimes go and get players from your own league. Look what it means to Villa. Where was our passion today? Lack of passion for the badge. Yeah, them boys were up for it in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against City. Today, that performance was an absolute disgrace. And there has to be questions asked about where that performance came from. Because that's not acceptable. You can't beat Liverpool and beat Man City in the space of like 3 days or something and then come and play like that. It's a shocking performance, man. I'm all over these lot. Mings, Dunk, Ake, all them, man, they're better than what we've got. Let's stop being snobby now. Because Tyrone Mings looked like an absolute giant against us. You know, Grealish has destroyed us tonight. Destroyed us. We turned up and played like we just roll them over. I'm tweeting, after the City win, you think you can trust this team? Then they play like that. Like that. Worst performance of the season. And I'm going to say, don't get caught in the hype. Don't get caught in the hype. Half this team needs selling. Because they do. Don't get caught in the hype. Half this team isn't good enough. Who would you say was man of the match? All right, there we go. Tweets out there. Who are we looking at, man? Whose fault was that? Tony T says formation and tactics were awful. Arteta needs to take blame. I didn't understand the way he set us up, to be fair. Grealish was outstanding today, honestly. That was some performance. Ceballos, Arsenal's best player, and still wasn't great. But yeah, a lot better than the others. We are an embarrassment. Curtis, watch the goal and watch Aubameyang on Twitter now. Embarrassing. I'm going to watch the goal back. Man of the match was Martinez. Yeah, I didn't really... Did he have much to do, really? Unacceptable. Aubameyang is gone. That, as teammates, he's not encouraging. It's just terrible. Grealish, man of the match. Only player that tried was Ceballos. It's just... You can't go from there to there within the space of a few days, man. You know? They were superb tonight. Grealish and Mings would walk into our team. Simple. Honestly, Mings and Grealish tonight, man. If they go down, go and get both of them. Ceballos at least tried. Arsenal could finish 12th mathematically. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, do you guys know we did not have a shot on target. We didn't have a shot on target against the team third from bottom. As someone's just pointed out there, 40 points off Liverpool. This is embarrassing. Our entire season has come down to Operation Baku Revenge. Mings and Grealish would not be so good at us. Probably not. We'd pull them down. Without Aubameyang's goals, we'd be 19th. Grealish is a boss player. What a performance that was. Man of the match, Ozil. Isn't it, man? Ozil's probably going, listen, you keep playing like that and he'll get... Imagine if Ozil ended up back in the team for the cup final. The refs are so corrupt. Was the ref at fault tonight? Ozil starting today would do no harm. Next two games, Watford and Chelsea switched to 4-2-3-1. Aubameyang through the middle. He's got a big decision to make. I keep hearing how Eddie works hard. I just don't see it. He looks lazy. He just looks rubbish to me. I don't mind if he works hard. We haven't got time just for a striker who works hard. We were back to normal, Curtis. Why don't we have any players that run at people? Kolasinac is poor. Torreira rubbish. Eddie should have never started. Why we played 5 at the back against Villa is a joke. I don't understand that at all. There was no need to play 5. Trust the process, Curtis. Arteta needs to be back. I keep hearing this. I keep hearing this. Trust the process. No shots on target against a relegation threatened team. It's just not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. Watford going down. Yeah, I think so. I think Watford will go. But saying that, they might beat us as well. They might beat us. But yeah. Watford are in big trouble, man. They started tonight, I think, 4 goals ahead of Aston Villa and 3 points ahead. They're now 1 goal behind and... they were 4 goals. So they're now a goal behind and, they're in the relegation zone. They're in big trouble. We had to rest players though, yeah, but the performance, bro, was spineless. Big up yourself, Curtis. Love your content and watch along. Disappointing result. We need Partey and Upamecano. Are these guys going to want to come? They're watching these performances thinking, what is that? Empty, spineless performance. Mikel Arteta, substitutions cost us the game. I think in general, they were just poor anyway, if I'm honest. Watford will get at least a draw against us. We didn't create any chances. We didn't. I'm waiting to see what Arteta does in centre midfield because we have zero creativity in that area. It's becoming a big problem for us, that's for sure. Let's have a look. Can't believe how bad we were, man. So disappointing. I'm actually quite furious at that performance. It's almost like the players have said, we have had 2 great games. Let's have a day off. The mentality is all wrong with these players. Feel sorry for Arteta. Partly. Why is Arteta playing 3 strikers at once? It's the question I want to ask. Grealish is needed, Curtis. Look how he carries the balls into the final third. No one in our team can really do that. I tell you these guys capitulated completely, and we truly need a creative midfielder. Deeney, good luck with your cojones in the championship. I won't even bank on it, bro. I won't be surprised if they beat us. That's how poor we are. I don't feel sorry for Arteta. No, he is to blame too. Partly to blame. Why were we playing Eddie on the wing? It's a simple question. You've got Eddie and Nketiah, a striker, who I don't think he's even good enough as a striker. Playing right wing. You've got Aubameyang, the best striker at the club, one of the best in Europe, playing on the left. And you've got and then you've got Lacazette playing almost as a centre midfielder. He was so deep at times today. He was literally playing in front of the 2 midfielders. Curtis, this coach is out of his depth. Oof. Listen, man, these are questions you got to ask. Jose is had a bad season. See where they are now. People keep telling me Jose's finished, but Arteta's way better. They're 5 points clear of us. I don't know. Look, Villa out the relegation zone, man. They got West Ham. They beat West Ham. Curtis Howe's lockdown down there. It is what it is, isn't it, man? I think it's the same for most people. Arteta is a genius. I don't know what. Look at Grealish, man. The man's exhausted. He's a baller, man. I liked him anyway. I wanted Arsenal to sign him before, but he's confirmed it, man. He's confirmed it. If this was Emery, man would be calling for his head. With Arteta, he gets that thing, he needs time, he needs players. Curtis, do you think Pepe was a bad transfer? I think we overpaid for him. I think he's a decent player, but he's definitely not having the effect that we need. We won't get much money for Kolasinac or Torreira, and players won't want to come to Arsenal. Curtis, respect as always. This just goes back to your point. The club won't truly progress without financial backing and reinforcements coming in. Most Arsenal fans get carried away after one good win. Emery had time. Fair enough. Mings was excellent. I thought he was superb. Villa wanted it way more than us. Way more. F this team. It's like unpredictable. So unpredictable. You can't trust them. You can't trust this Arsenal team. How can people say Arteta is better than Jose when Arteta has no trophies, Jose has 22? In time, maybe he'll prove to be better, but how on earth could the same guys take a win over City and they are failing to kill off such games? Spineless. Like I said, Villa gave us control. They said, you control the game. And we're not good enough to control games. We don't have good enough midfielders. We don't have enough creativity to do that. And that's the problem. We can have all the possession you like. We didn't have a shot on target. Ozil is finished. People are going to start that Ozil narrative soon, innit? Bring back Ozil when we don't create. Arteta hasn't had time and a decent window to get what he needs to. People need to calm down. We had a hard week. Yeah, but that performance was empty, man. I didn't even see enough effort. People will call for Arteta's head if we lose to Chelsea, whether we play well or are unlucky. I think we have to understand it is a process. But, that was painful to watch. DT said Arteta passed his degree, more like his BTEC. Oh, big up my brother, Music Man. Hey, innit, man? We know about them BTEC courses, man, They're kind of, a little bit like, not, you say, it's the equivalent to 2 A levels. So, Arteta beating Man City was the equivalent to his degree, was it? DT needs to behave, man, like his hat says. Man's getting carried away with this brother, with this manager. Balance, man. Keep the balance. Where's the money coming from, these players? We ain't going to be able to sell half of these. Hector knows Mings. Bring him over to Arsenal. Mings, mate, he put in a good audition tonight. If he wants to move to Arsenal, he's helped himself. Ozil has never pulled us out of any trouble. What makes you think he could do it now? Don't bring Ozil anywhere near this. Ozil will make this worse. Nah, Grealish, man. Balance for real, man. You know what I mean? Win a game, people get carried away. That's the problem. Iwobi is better than Nketiah. I agree with that. And I couldn't stand Iwobi, but he's better. It's not his fault they played like that, Curtis. Not totally, but the team selection didn't help. What players can we bring with no backing? Listen, it'll be Willian, Fraser, Kurzawa. Free transfers, man. We have no spine, Curtis. Where were the leaders and where was our captain? Listen, Aubameyang's a good player, great player, but captain, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I need 6 more subscribers, guys, to get me to 8,000. Come on, subscribe, man. 6 more. At least I have something to smile about tonight. Because that Arsenal performance didn't give me any kind of anything to smile about. Jack says, pathetic performance from the players. Referee was so biased, and I'm sorry, but Grealish is overrated and an absolute pansy. He goes down from a gust of wind pathetic. He's smart, bro. He ain't a pansy, you know. He's strong. He knows how to win free kicks. And look, every time he went down, look, was he getting a free kick? He was. He played the game, man. This is modern day football, unfortunately. This is absolutely rubbish. We need a serious transfer window. Ozil and Eddie would have to win us the FA Cup to shut me up. Back Arteta, Kroenke out. I agree. Socrates' agent said he won't believe in this summer. There are many players who we can't sell. They don't want to leave because these are washed up players picking up good wages. If you're Socrates, if you're Ozil, why would you want to leave leave Arsenal? 32, 40, 33, you're kind of washed up. No one's calling your agent saying, yo, we want to sign Socrates. No one don't want Mesut Ozil 350 grand a week. People looking at Arsenal and going, yo, I can't believe the position you've got yourself in. You lot need to get rid of Mesut Ozil. You can't be keeping him. And this is the problem with Arsenal. We're stuck with nonsense. Curtis, this result reminds me of 2 years ago when Liverpool gave City their first loss and then lost to Swansea. Just like Lovren wasn't the answer, your current centre-backs aren't the long-term solution. And it's clear and it's obvious, which is why I don't get why Arteta's giving people new deals. Ozil loves living in London. But I thought the man loved playing football. You know, the man's meant to love playing football and he still doesn't want to leave. Grealish is a baller, but his hairline keeps him from becoming a superstar. I'm sure the hairline won't stop him, man. Hey, there you go. Big up. There you go. We got to 8K, people. You supported your boy. I needed a few subscribers. You got me there. I appreciate it. I promise this. As soon as the season's finished, season finishes what, next weekend against Chelsea. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to sort something out over the next week. Give back to the people. You know, you lot have supported the channel. Brilliant interaction in the comments. You know, always supporting. Subscribe, like Curtis Views. Arsenal is a mid-table team. That is the reality. I agree, man. I agree. I appreciate that, man. 8K, it's the beginning. It's a building process, man. You know, I'm happy with the numbers. It's progressing slowly. Let's hope it gets bigger and bigger. But, you know, Arsenal, man, letting us down. Just when you think you can trust them and you go, you know what? Just maybe I can trust this team. Bang! They drop you and let you down, man. And that's the problem. Inconsistent players, man, who aren't good enough to perform week in, week out. Congrats on the 8K. Onwards and upwards. Keep the success coming. I appreciate that, Rafael. Fact, I subbed on 3 accounts. You're a beast, bro. I appreciate that. Oh, Curtis, you deserve all this, bro. Thank you, man. Great channel. Big up, Curtis. Respect, Ebby, man. Big up, Curtis. Best watch along all round. Big praise, man. I appreciate that. I will do a giveaway as soon as the season's done. I'll think of something. Well done, Big C. Hey, big up Ted Watts, man. Legend. Throughout every watch along, always saying, subscribe, like the video, support. We always play backwards. We need offensive tactics. Kolasinac, I don't want to see him on that pitch. We have got so many players in this team who are not good enough to be at the club. That is the thing. If you go and look at Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, you'll pick out a handful of players and go, he's not good enough, he's not good enough. With Arsenal, you're looking at half the team. You look at that team tonight. Holding, overrated. And Ketty are not good enough. Cedric should have never got a 4-year contract. David Luiz, he's lucky to still be at the club. Mustafi didn't play, but he's not good enough either. There's so many players who are not good enough to be there. Pepe's got to do more. Lacazette, 50 million, is he doing enough? No, not consistent enough. Aubameyang being played out of position, doing the best he can. I mean, that defending for that first goal it's beyond belief. As a manager, I don't understand how that can be acceptable. That a man is in the penalty area from a corner, unmarked. No one's marking him. Why? Zonal marking is pathetic. These men are all lined up on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a great finish, by the way. 8K, well done, striker. Hey, big up to you lot, man. I can't get nowhere without you guys supporting, man. It's nothing. I can't get 8K subscribers. You lot are doing it. Eddie out of position as well, isn't it? The guy has got enough problems playing through the middle. Never mind playing the man out wide and expecting him to act like a flying winger. So disappointing. Where do we go from here? Watford on the weekend. How do we manage it? Do we just play a weaker team? For me, I'll just leave that game completely. I don't want nothing to do with that Watford game, if I'm honest. I would not even pick Aubameyang, none of them for that game. Beatbox Dre Beats, big up, said, we was laughing at Tottenham for no shots on target against Bournemouth. Now look at us. Aubameyang laughing with Mings before they score. Disgrace. It's not good enough, man. The inconsistency in this team is the main problem. 1 week we beat Liverpool and Man City. Next week we lose to relegation teams. That's it, bro. We're not good enough. That's what happens when teams aren't good enough. They let you down. They're inconsistent. I'm with you, Curtis. We should have bought Zaha. Pepe looks like he's never interested. Pepe's one of them players, there's only so long you can defend him. I like Pepe. I want to like him and support him, but I'm not seeing enough. I've never heard you angry, Curtis. Just forget it until the cup. If we lose to Chelsea, we may as well cancel next season. Listen, if we lose to Chelsea, you're going to see anger. I'm telling you, because as much as I shouldn't trust this team one bit, I've got hopes in that game. I'm just hoping they can produce. Didn't even bother watching most of it. It's all in for the FA Cup. Cheers, Curtis. Hey, big up, Peter. You're right. But if we'd have won tonight and maybe scored a goal or two, it would have been the league as well. Beat Watford, we could have got 7th. Guaranteed Europa League and win the FA Cup. Professional Watchalong, Curtis, about to sub from my business channel. Great work. Hey, big up Jamrock Gunners TV. Go check out his channel as well. He's got a YouTube channel. Go and support him as well. This great couple games went right down the drain after that loss. Arsenal need to be a lot more consistent in order to get into Europe next season. And that's the thing. There's a big difference between good cup sides and good league teams. And we are not a good league team. If we play like this against Chelsea, we'll get ripped apart 100%. Play the whole under-23s against Watford. At least they will get a few minutes and maybe even show a little more fight. 100%. This puts so much pressure on us for the FA Cup. It does. Because you know what's going to happen. Chelsea will probably get in the Champions League, right? This week in the league. And they'll go into the FA Cup chilled. Top 4 secured. Big signings on their way. FA Cup against Arsenal. They'll be up for it. They'll be chilling. We're the team who's going to be under mad pressure again. Just like the Europa League final, We're the team that is going to be desperately needing to win. And when you're desperate to win, it doesn't help. It really doesn't help. People getting on to Pepe. Pepe is overrated. Would you accept a 30 million bid for Emmy? 30 million would be hard to turn down, man, with Leno still there. Would anyone bid 30 million for him? I would possibly take 30 million, even though I do like him. We don't want to fight every game. That's up to the manager to install the mentality. It's true. We don't have a consistent 11. And that's the problem. And that comes from lack of quality. When there's a lack of quality, you don't have a consistent 11 because you don't know who to pick subbed. Hey, big up High Life Media for subbing. Big up everyone who's subbed. Not just tonight, but in general. Love all your support. Curtis, Arsenal need a player like Grealish to carry the ball and release our forwards to do their thing. I agree with that. I think our forwards have to come and get the ball too much. We need people taking the ball to them. Pepe is not good enough for 72 million. We overpaid big time and should really be looking at the poor recruitment in the past 5 years. I'll give Pepe one more season, but this season has definitely not been a success. You know, you might be able to dress it up with stats, but we all know his performances haven't been good enough. Rather sell Leno for 30 mil. Pepe has the ability to win games on his ones. Why does he not do it? Doesn't have that killer instinct, in my opinion. You watch a winger like Mane, like Salah, Robin, when he played, you know, left footer on the right. They are going at the defender's neck like they're trying to annihilate you every time they get the ball. Pepe is too nice, man. Way too nice. Curtis, what's your thoughts on this? Last year in Europa, Arsenal put together some great away performances. Napoli, Valencia, then faltered in the final. You worried or see them learning from that? I'm worried, bro. Because what have they improved to make you think, we'll beat Chelsea in the final? On hope and the fact that we beat Man City, Liverpool, we're all going, oh yeah, we might beat Chelsea in the final. But the reality is this team let you down, man. They might pull out a performance in the final, but they might not. And that's the problem. That's why they're not good enough. Pepe is so passive. Can't wait until the transfer window. I mean, we need a big window. What do you guys make of that, man? Arsenal fans flew a plane over Villa Park saying back Arteta, Kroenke out. Is it the right time to be doing that? Should we have waited till the end of the season, or do we have to apply the pressure now while there's still games going on? You know, it's the easiest time to get your message across. When the season finishes, you can't really create that message. So I don't blame the fans for doing that, man. Who's the best team in London? I'm still saying Arsenal, man, but, you know, we're faltering big time. Yes, it's the right time, yeah. I'll drive Kolasinac to the airport. I think we'd all be willing to drive him. Agree with you, Curtis. We need wingers who can take players on. That's why Emery wanted Zaha. There you go. There you go. Finish up, guys. I appreciate you all jumping in this live stream. Unfortunate that we lost 1-0. Thank you for all your brilliant comments as usual. You know, all of you lot fantastic in the comments. Everyone watching after, you comment as well. Let me know what you think about the game. You know, the performances. Was it Arteta's fault? Was it the players? The formation? What would you do against Watford? Do you just play the under-23s and sack it off? The league season's done now. Or do we need to play and build confidence for the final and try and play full strength and win? Let me know what you think. Subscribe to Curtis Shaw TV if you haven't already. I'm up to 8K now. Thank you guys so much for your support, getting me there. Onwards and upwards from here, bigger and better. Everyone take care. Don't let it ruin your evening. You know, Arsenal, when you care too much, they just let you down, man. But let's hope we can win the final against Chelsea. Take care. Bless.